Gobble, 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 it's Thanksgiving Day. Gobble, 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 as we sit down and pray. Gobble, 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 eating turkey and dressing. Gobble, 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 and what a blessing. Gobble, 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 gobble. And if you like ham...
Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 5, the big 5 of Top Row Rally, right here, episode 36. And we're going to talk about the Montreal Screw Job.
Two more of the 10 reasons the Montreal Screw Job was the biggest work ever.
Number 4, the backstage punch.
That's right, right to the face.
Was not filmed, and Vince's black eye looked like makeup.
Makeup. Not good.
I mean, they want to film everything else. They've been following around for a year. And then one of the biggest things, the punch from Bret Hart, who is pissed that he got screwed out of the championship.
Bird.
No footage at all.
Yep.
And it says anyone who ever taken a punch, you take a punch,
Not to the face, right?
knows that your eye usually gets pretty black, and both eyes more often than not swell up.
There you go.
2 black eyes with 1 punch. The actual eye also gets bloodshot. Now imagine taking a punch off a 6-foot, 240-pound wrestler who absolutely hates you.
There you go.
It's more than 1 punch.
Usually, yeah.
Oh, you know, you have to pull him off. People be screaming, "Get him off! Get him off!"
Right.
Didn't happen. You would think that the fist would leave some nasty-looking damage. Not Vince McMahon, however.
That's right.
Following the screw job incident, Hart is said to have marched backstage and laid an angry fist right into McMahon's face.
There you go.
Big man Vince has since claimed he let Hart land the punch out of sympathy for Bret.
Oh. That's right.
I know I had to screw you, so go ahead, give me a punch.
There you go.
And then I'm going to think of this great idea of being Mr. McMahon and saying Bret screw Bret, and
There you go.
when you get big chump change from WCW. Say, where was that? I lost my part on that one there, didn't
When
I?
Vince appeared.
Ah, Vince appeared on Raw just 1 week after. The sign of this punch was somewhat of a stretch. If you strain closely on the screen, you could kind of make out some discoloration around Vince's eye. It wasn't convincing. It looked to an extent like he had spent too long in the makeup artist chair. Vince gave Jim Ross a wrestling-style interview and wrapped it up by stating, "Bret screwed Bret."
There you go.
It wasn't the only fake-looking moment. Immediately after being screwed, Bret smashed up the WWF announce table in a manner that's fitting with pro wrestling acting.
There you go.
What you did.
He did. Now we're talking about there is no way that Vince would put himself in that position to begin with. There was so many guys that Vince could have already had in place as WWE Champion in advance of Hart's departure. Shawn Michaels could have won it earlier. Undertaker could have been champion. Stone Cold Steve Austin was ready for the belt. But Vince chose to have the belt on Bret despite knowing he was off to WCW. It is all a bit unrealistic. It seems unlikely that a businessman like Vince would allow himself to be backed into a corner to begin with. Especially as there had already been an incident of WWF Women's Champion Alundra Blaze turning up on a Nitro with a belt and dumping it in a bin. For Vince to know that Bret was talking with WCW and at the same time continue to book the WWF title on Bret is madness. I really don't think Vince would have been that stupid. The screw job angle was a very clever angle to do, but it was also a simple angle. WWE has proved that by doing it multiple times since. The scenario proved an effective solution to make some noise in the industry and was a reason to keep the belt on Hart right up until the last minute before his departure.
Of course. I mean, yes, you could have all that. And at a house show. Okay, I don't want to get my belt up. I don't want to lose my belt.
Right.
Well, you'll lose it before the pay-per-view. You won't be in the main event of the pay-per-view then. And we'll just have we'll have someone take it off you, and then Shawn will take it off them. Or Shawn will take it off, you know?
There you go.
So I believe, like I said, we got two more reasons there, of the 10, that it was the major work. It's the biggest work in the history of the business.
And next week you're going to go over number 2 and number 1.
I am going to go over number 2 and number 1.
Well, I'm at WrestleCade.
Oh, you're at WrestleCade, yes.
Right.
Trying to get interviews or liners or just
pictures.
or just a
Hey,
picture.
You know whatever I could do.
You want to take the turkey hat with you?
No.
You'll stand out in the crowd then.
I will stand out in the crowd, but I'll be all right.
So we go.
With who I'm traveling with, I think I'll stand out in the
You
crowd.
take the microphone, the turkey hat, and stand over in the corner and go, "Gobble, gobble, gobble, gobble!" You know, people, that get people's attention.
Yeah.
Like, who's that jerk? Top Rally jerk.
That's right.
Right here.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. Take a picture of me, you'll be on YouTube.
But yes, hopefully we can get something. I like that blue tie. There's a problem in there.
It is.
But, you know, hopefully we can get pictures, we can get interviews, we can get liners, whatever we can get.
Never know.
Whatever we can get, that's what we're going to get. You know, it's still going to be quite an experience. Over 125 wrestlers, 9 matches on the main card, and pretty much just as many of that during the Fan Fest.
All on the same day.
All on the same day. It's going to be
When you get done that evening, you're going to be tired.
I'll be tired.
Are you coming back, or are y'all going to stay and then come back Sunday?
We will be traveling back on
After the match?
right after the matches.
Woo!
That's usually how we travel.
You're going to be tired.
And we're going to be traveling back, and we're going to stop by, and we are going to possibly get an interview with a wrestler who's not at WrestleCade.
Teaser.
Teaser!
Put there.
That's what happens when you
Teaser.
travel with wrestlers. You get interviews with wrestlers. So,
Sometimes. And
But-
promoters.
And promoters.
Maybe sometimes promoters want interviews too. I don't know.
That's true.
Maybe we need to start doing that. Get wrestlers, promoters, managers,
Referees even.
and referees. Hey, referee, anybody. If you want them out there, all we ask is you give a liner. You can give your name. You say what you've been doing, who you are, what your job is, and talk about reality.
That's right.
It's right here. There it is. It's laid out for you. Managers, owners, promoters, people in charge, higher ups, the poor dinkley wrestlers there, the low end of the
Hey,
totem
I'll talk
pole.
to a ring crew guy if I have.
The ring crew. We'll tell yes.
That's right.
We'll see some ring crews.
Bad News Barrett's coming out.
He's got some bad news for
Bet
everybody.
here's some bad news.
Well, before we end with part 5, you know, we talked about 2 weeks ago about a guy who wants to be part of Top Rope Reality.
It's true.
Now, like y'all all want to be part of the big Top Rope Reality family.
True.
And we asked you 2 weeks ago to send
A
in
new podium.
postcards. More podiums. Do away with the podiums.
He walked up to it though. It wasn't one of those.
I don't
that
care.
come
Do
up.
away with the podiums.
He'd be alright.
But we asked you to send in postcards and to see if you want to see a small segment on our show
It's true.
from a guy named Jib Salvage.
And we got some.
And we did get some.
We did.
Now we got some of the people that didn't listen, so that's about all. That's pretty much the same. So let's deep in here and see. We got there's one for you. There's one for me. Mary says she'd like to see. She's tired of our two ugly faces and would like to see something different. So
There you go. There you go.
she loves the 80s and a big 80s fan here.
Big
so.
80s fan. There you go.
So she loves the 80s, she hates our two mugs, and wants to see something different. So there's one there. Here's somebody who didn't listen.
Uh-oh.
So that
Listen.
doesn't count. Go
There you
ahead,
go.
your turn.
I got one from Mark.
Mark!
Mark.
What did Mark have to say?
Mark said that he would enjoy it, that he would like to see something a little bit different, that he's curious as to what Jeb has to say,
Oh, that's 2-4.
and that he does also enjoy the 80s, and that he was not too keen on Dirty 30.
Oh,
So hey, you know what?
that's where he goes.
It's all good. You know, you can't make everybody happy
No.
all the time.
No.
But all the time you can make some people happy.
That's true. Here's one from John. John says, forget it. I mean, he hardly stomach us, much less some 80s fool.
I
So,
understand.
that's another that one. Go ahead.
Okay.
Got a couple more here.
A couple more.
Oh,
Okay. I have another good one now.
here's another loser.
Somebody didn't
So
listen.
they can't leave. A postcard, not letters.
Only postcards. No letters.
Go ahead.
But we have one here. We have another one that likes it. Wants to see it. They're also curious as to who this chick is. They've never heard of this guy. Well, that's because he's not on the internet. He needed our help. He reached out to us to get help from us to get him online to spread his message. But this guy right here, his name is Jeff, and he said, you know what? Jeb is pretty close to my name. So because of the name, he's a fan. He likes the name Jeb, and he wants to hear what Jeb has to say, and he is also a huge fan of the 80s. He said that he was not born in the 80s, but he's a nostalgic type person. He's a young guy, he was born in the 90s, but he said that the 80s seemed like a lot of fun, so he would like to hear about the 80s from someone who's got the experience from coming from the 80s. He'd like to hear about it.
Okay, that's another one then.
So we got three
pro.
that like it.
Here's one that doesn't. This is from Landon. He says no. That's about it.
So we have 3 yeses and 2 nos right now.
Let's see about this one. Okay. This is from Tommy. Tommy says, yes and no.
Yes
Which is very weird.
That is weird.
He says, yes to the 80s guy, no to us.
Well, there you are.
Okay, so I don't know how Tommy's he's a half and half, I guess.
There you go.
One more out there. Shaking it real good. I know somebody who can't read.
Nobody else had to listen here.
Okay.
This is quite funny.
It's quite funny, okay.
I didn't know that you could send a postcard in on your own thing, but we have something from Jeb himself. Jeb sent a postcard in. He says, thank you for putting my name out there. Thank you for telling them to send some postcards in. And Jeb says, yes, he would also like to hear what he has to say and be able to see it live in living color online. And he said he's got a lot to talk about when it comes to the 80s and a lot to talk about stuff he doesn't like right now. So Jeb also says yes. He said no.
We can't take his vote. So this will be the one.
That'll be the one.
This will be the one here. This is from Teresa.
He tried though.
I'll give him that. He tried, yeah. This is from Teresa. She says, we're both hot.
Well, that's very sweet. That's very sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Put your glasses on. But.
I know. And she says, yes, she'd like for us to give the 80s guy.
Well, there you go.
So.
Seems like a majority vote.
A majority of people, yeah.
Seems like they want to hear something different, something new.
There's another one here that says, now these would have been no's, but you know what? If you don't put them on postcards like we said, too bad.
Gotta be the postcard.
So, with that vote, which is a yes, it was astounding.
More yeses than no's.
Yes, not counting his.
Shocked. I was kind of shocked. I thought people would say no.
Pierre should not have stuck his in here.
Okay, that's true.
But so at our big year-ender,
big 40,
you will get your segment of Mr. Savage.
That's right.
So we made it official.
Do we have we named the segment yet?
No, we haven't named the segment yet.
So you might hear some teasers of what it might be in the coming weeks. But we're on episode 36 right now.
Yes.
So we only have a few more left.
It don't take much to get to 40. So.
No, we are almost there.
But yes, this is our show. We will name. It will not be his.
It will not be his naming. No.
He only gets the airtime. We will name the segment.
That's right. We won't interfere with what he has to say.
No. I mean,
but we're naming the segment.
Freedom of speech. I don't let anybody say anything they want to say. Freedom of speech. I don't cut anybody out.
That's right. We're not going to bleep anything he has to say.
No.
Even if he's dogging us.
Not going to step on anybody's. No, if he wants to dog us, that's fine. I mean, he said he didn't like Dirty 30, which got the whole thing started to begin with.
That's true.
Because he hates the internet being dirty, and he liked our show until 30. I mean, he may still like it now.
1 through 29.
He wants to come back on here, so
1 through 29
I guess he likes our show.
31 through 36.
So we'll give him a chance to see what happens. It may be the biggest bomb ever on our show.
But you know what? Till you try it, you never know.
That's true.
And
so
if once he says what he's got to say, if we don't know, if y'all don't like it, guess what? He's got.
He'll be gone. Yes. It may be a one and done.
We want our fans. We want our fans to know that we listen to them.
Yes.
And we're going to let you people hear what Jeb Salvage has to say.
About us, about the 80s, about the I don't
About
know. I don't
WWE,
know.
about TNA,
I don't know what he's
about
going to
80s
say.
wrestling. You never know what he's going to say.
All I know is, with what he said to us, it's going to be clean and wholesome.
That's right.
I mean, so
It might be inspired.
it'll probably be so sweet. We'll probably get cavities off of it.
That's true.
So
That's true.
that's settled there.
Remember, brush your teeth.
Jeb will be on our big year ender.
Yes.
So let's
Don't forget to watch episode 40.
We're gonna put it on our Facebook page and everything. So that's it for part 5. Now we're going to be a part of 6.
This is
a
going
new
to
thing
be-
that's going to take a few weeks.
Take a few weeks. That's right.
It's the 100 matches you must see.
Best matches.
You must see before you die.
Yes, 100 best matches you must see before you die.
And we're going to come back and do 100 to 81.
So hopefully you have quite a while to live, because we're not going to give you all in 1 week.
No, we're not. So we'll be right back for part 6 right here on Top Rope Reality.
Gobble, 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 gobble. It's Thanksgiving Day, gobble, gobble.